How's it going, everyone? Today we're just gonna go for a drive and discuss and talk about the secrets and features of the Ford Ranger Raptor, sorry. So I've got a couple of secrets / features I'm gonna go through, just cool things I found after doing some research, and also I can think of one thing I can correct from my previous video from one of them. So I'll just go through each and discuss them. So I'll just start off right off the bat, and I'll talk about let's go notification. So in the infotainment, here's one. There's in your navigation, so there's a settings bar there where you can go through settings to activate different types of notifications. So for instance, you can tick a box saying, yep, notify me that if there's I don't know, cops up ahead, or if I forget specifically, but I'll show an image of all the different things. The learner's going slow in front of me. It'll display. You can turn off and on different notifications for your traffic, basically, for the infotainment. Oh, I wish I remembered them. I did have them, but it's left me at the minute. So yeah, that's one. Another thing is the car can actually auto park, which I didn't know, which is quite funky because it's such a large vehicle. Like, that's just a normal Ranger there, but the Raptors are slightly bigger even. So it can actually auto park. So you want a parallel park, you just blinker, you park next to the car, and you set it to park. And then it'll park the car. But that's not the only bit about it. Another thing that kind of shocked me about that was, once it's in the park, it can also then leave the park afterwards by itself. Oh my god, they're flying. Which I didn't expect it to do. I didn't even know cars did that, I'm gonna be honest. They can just park and then leave the park. Wizardry. Anyway, so that's one thing. Another thing is, so if your car's in drive and you're stopped at a standstill and you go to turn the engine off, it'll physically move this here, I forget what this is called. You know what I'm talking about, this thing in the Raptor, so it just moves it into park, like physically moves it into park, which is, I haven't seen that before either. It's a pretty cool feature, I thought. And I don't think you'd know about it unless you had the car in drive and you went to press park. Just went to turn off your engine. I need this over here. Yeah, so that's like something you don't really think about. Another thing, so this is from my previous video. We'll see if I figure out how to give a link to that in the middle of the video. But from my previous video, I said how there's a power point in behind the center console, as well as a cigarette lighter 12-volt thing behind the center console. But I said that there wasn't one, or probably isn't one, in the tray. I can correct that now. There is one in the tray, both a 12 volt and a power outlet, which is pretty good. Haven't seen a Raptor yet, surprisingly. Around here there usually is one everywhere. Yeah, so that's, I wouldn't call that a secret, but that's something to correct and definitely a cool feature, I think. Another one is, so the car has zone lighting around the car. So for instance, if you were to unlock the car, I don't know if this is only happens in the night or not. It might have some sensor to detect it's nighttime, but it might happen during the day too. If you unlock the car, there's a light that shines down from each mirror on both sides of the car, so you can see like the door and where the handle is, I guess, and where you're standing. And it's pretty bright, sorry. And yeah, that's pretty quirky, but that's not where that ends. You can go into the infotainment and just set zone lighting on around the car. So say you're at a park, you're just parked, or I don't know if you can do it while driving, but maybe you can. You can also set the car to show zone like lighting outside the car, like with the door, for instance, like to the right side of the car, to the left side of the car, to the front, or to the back, or all at once. And you can, I don't know, that'd probably, if you're camping, it'd light up the campsite, whatever, or just if you're doing something out in the driveway in the middle of the night, could be handy, or in the backyard, could be doing something, could be handy, which is, it's definitely a quirky little feature there. You'd only find it if you were to go digging in the settings, let's say. I think I need this left lane. I'll find out sooner or later. Still see no Raptors. I want to point at one for the video. Oh, we did just drive past Ford dealership right there. Will we make the light? I believe we might. I'm dropping bars. Yeah, that's zone lighting. Here's a secret. So when you're in the settings and you put, well, there's a dial where you can select the modes, or is that the parking and drive? No, there's a dial where you can select, no, that's the four-wheel drive. I think you change modes on the wheel. So when you change, you can change your car's modes like rain, chill, maybe it's called sporty, I think. And there's one called Baja mode. And in Baja mode, what the car actually does is it has an anti-lag feature. Oh, this lane's fine. Anti-turbo lag feature in it, so you have instant power whenever you're in Baja mode. So it just keeps the turbo spooled in the engine. I only just made that. Which is pretty cool, so you always have instant power. What else is there? Oh yeah. So there's an R button on the steering wheel, and this saves, I need this lane actually. Let me in please, thank you. Yeah, there's an R button on the steering wheel, and what this is you can save your certain customizations, let's say. So you can change your exhaust note, like, so you can have it like quiet, normal, loud, and race, I think. And you can also change your suspension hardness, maybe the steering wheel stiffen. Actually, that's a 50-50 with sporty response somewhere there. It probably is steering wheel. Yeah, so you can set your custom thing that you want there, and then if you hold down the R button, it'll save that as like a little preset that you might like. So yeah, that's what the R button does. And then when you press it, you say you want to change those settings, then you press R, or the R button, it then bring up those settings, like not bring up, but like set those settings, which is pretty cool. I swear there was something else. It's always on the tip of your tongue. They're braking quite early. Bear with me, sorry about this. I'll do these. So the wheels of the car are, I forget what they're called. I think they're called B-locks. It's B something. Maybe it's not B at all, but I think it's called B-locks. I hope. So it's this special thing in the wheel. I kind of said this in my previous video as well, but I'll say it here. So with the tyres that come stock with the car, obviously if you buy another tyre that's not these kind of tyres, it won't have this. So if you were to pop a tyre or run the tyres like low on pressure or something, it won't just, the tyre won't come off, let's say, and it won't just ride on the rim, because, well, I forget how to explain it, but instead of sealing a tyre with air, it actually bolts into the tyre, the rim, and it holds it and keeps it from bursting and just wrecking itself. Bad explanation, I know. I'll be 2 seconds. Just gonna pick up something, and then I'll be back with you. But yeah, I'll just park here, and I'll come back with something else. Cool. Yes. Sorry about that. I remembered out and came back to me. So, I'll just pull out. It was 2 more things. So, in the car, in the infotainment, there's also you can adjust the screen brightness. So, in case in the fact that you don't have auto dimming, for instance, at night time, you can adjust the screen brightness in the screen. So that'd be super helpful, because I know, well, I've been in cars that have not had auto dimming, and I've had no way of knowing if I can dim the screen, so it's just been shining bright at me while driving at night. I'm definitely not looking at a certain Kia model for that. I don't know if other Kia models do that, but the Kia model I was in, you'll have to let me know if you know of other Kia models that do this, but yeah, they don't auto dim, and that was really annoying. So I don't know if the Raptor does. I'm assuming it might, but if not, you can adjust the screen brightness in the screen, which is super helpful, I think. The last feature I was thinking of, I'll just go to Bunnings. The last feature I was thinking of was so the car has an auto hold. So when you come to a stop, and when you come to a stop and you hold down your foot long enough on the brake, or something along those lines, going here. Thank you, dear sir. I don't know if it was a sir or not, but I'm being polite. No Raptor yet. What a surprise. Haven't seen one. Yeah, so with the auto hold, when you release off the brake, well, before you release off the brake, you should see a little green hand appear on the gauge cluster, and that'll signal that auto hold is activated and you can lift off the brake and rest your foot, whatever. And that's certainly a feature. No, it's not a Raptor. That's the reason why I came in to check. Oh well, that's about all I've got for today with those. If you want to know or hear more about the Raptor, I've got another video. It'll probably come up in a few seconds. Yeah, let me know what I should look at next for secrets and things, and comment below your thoughts on these and anything I've missed. Actually, there is one thing that I missed. Oh, welcome if you haven't skipped yet. Perfect timing. Under the front seats, there's actually vents for the back seats, which is a little secret there, which would blow cool air on the passengers. Other than there is climate vents behind the center console, but there is also vents underneath the front seats that point at the rear passengers and also provide cooling. So that's another feature, you could say. Other than that, that's all. So yeah, check out the other video, and give us a like, a subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.